Okay, we'll go ahead and get this meeting started. I'll call this meeting to order at 1:01 p.m. Eastern Time. Secretary, are you ready? Okay. Um, I will acknowledge that a quorum is present, and we'll quickly go into the treasurer's report.
Thanks. Good afternoon, everyone. Ooh, hey, hello, wake up. Hi, I'm Monty Combs. I'm the treasurer of CFTA. I've just completed my second year. The organization is healthy, and we are on a growth trajectory, and obviously our goal is to keep that going. We started out the calendar year with $110,324 in the bank. Our income projected for this year, which is really derived from predominantly from the campus membership, and then a good chunk of that is also from our business sponsors. So thank you very much to our business sponsors for that revenue. Our income is projected, yes. So our income is projected to be about $190,000 this year. Our conference expenses for this conference are projected to be about $130,000. And then all the other expenses to run the business are about $56,000. And that's comprised largely of, we brought in some new services this year, and we're turning the organization into much more of a business professional organization, and we're starting to outsource these services. So for instance, we have a bookkeeper, we have a marketing person, we have a web person, we have a conference planner. Thank you, Ann. You've been a great job. And we also have newly hired an association management company as well to help out with running the business. So all of that is all new, and we'll see how that all plays out. Total expenses, about $186,000 projected, so we're coming out in the black for the year, about $4,000. So our ending projected balance for the end of this year is about $114,000 and $324. What we are striving for is to accumulate enough funds in the bank where we could cover one full year's worth of a conference, just so we have that as a buffer. So, just to show one last slide here, this is the growth of the organization since 2015, and you can see what's happening. The blue. Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. So the blue is the income, and you can see that that has risen over time. And also the expenses as well, which is expected because we're making a lot of investments to grow the organization. And then the conference expense has also been going up because we've been increasing our enrollment, and you'll see that on the membership report. Liz will do the membership report.
Hi, everybody. I'm Liz Getz from the University of Colorado Boulder, and I've been the secretary of the board for 3 years now, I think. Might be 4. Let me check. 4. So if we have a quick look at this, just like Monty said, our membership is growing. So every year on July 31st, our members expire. So only people who renew or attend the conference like you all have membership for the next year. So we always see a little drop off annually. So you can see in 2017, at the time of the conference, we had 205 active members before the expiration, and then 274 this year, and 351 in 2019. So those are really good numbers. And our current membership sits at 216 active members. So here's our conference registration. You can see that that starts in January and then really picks up right before the conference. And the numbers behind it are the year before, kind of grayed out. And this is the last 5 conferences. And you can see we've had a pretty steady increase over the last 5 years. And I'll hand it back to Michelle.
Thank you. Thank you. So we are growing. And, you know, what you'll find, too, is that we don't want to get too big. I think feedback I've heard this week is we love the CFTA is growing, but it's so nice that it's small. And that is our goal. The relationships that are built in this intimate setting are unique, and we're going to try hard to preserve that and find the sweet spot in the business model. So we do have task forces. I'm going to highlight some of the achievements this past year's combined efforts. So first and foremost, the awards task force is new. We are going to identify some opportunities to acknowledge people for their leadership, for their contributions, for organizations and your projects. And so these 4 individuals came together this year to begin that journey. And so I'm going to turn this over to Devon to tell you a little bit about the Project Showcase Award. Now, Devon, go ahead and forward the slide when you're ready to talk about that one.
Okay. Hello. So my name is Devon. I think I've been on the board now 2 years. I'll be going my 3rd term next year. But as Michelle mentioned, one of the things that we were tasked to do is come up with awards to kind of celebrate some of the things you guys have been doing. Now, unfortunately, no one submitted anything. So my goal is to get you guys to start thinking about it and start submitting things, because I've been hearing a lot of presentations about some of the good things you guys are doing. So we didn't create this to make it seem overwhelming or challenging. We wanted to really highlight some of the great work that you guys are doing with your business partners. So I'm here to say, please work with your business partners, submit projects to us so we can highlight you guys to show everyone else the things that you guys are doing. Unfortunately, myself, nor could Monty or Naveed or Grant submit anything because we're on the task force. So, but like I said, please submit stuff so we can highlight it. It's not meant to be, complicated. You guys are doing good things. We just want to highlight you, okay? So next year, please submit some.
Thank you. And I don't believe anybody on the board who's serving in a position can submit it, but someone from our organization certainly can, okay? And it's not a requirement to work with a business partner, but we think that there's value in partnering with others in putting that content together to submit it. So definitely feel free to, but by no means do you need to tag team with a partner for this. It is based on 3 buckets: the innovation, impact, and adaptation and relevance. And the website is up right now. It's on our CFTA website, and you can learn more about it. Our conference planning task force did take a switch this year. We are very thankful for our first phase conference planner, Janice Field, who has now moved on. And so we have acquired the services of these 3 women. I think all of you may have met both Jillian and Ann this week. Ann has been the person on the phone and in the emails and coordinating everything this past year, and Jillian is the boots on the ground. So Sheila Fox is the management lead that kind of brought all these 3 people together. And there's 2 services: Events Outlined and Event Insight. And so if any of you have any businesses and conferences and you want to speak with these people about any kind of needs, they are very competent and capable, and we're very glad and fortunate to have them part of our CFTA support team. Lastly, our survey and reports task force was productive this year, and we put out 3 white papers or reports. The first one was on managing BIM deliverables. David Kendrick from Wright State University participated last year at CFTA's conference as a CFTA grant award recipient. We do have a grant review task force at CFTA, and he submitted for it, and we paid for his conference attendance. And in turn, he wrote a white paper on the Autodesk CAD Microsystems educational showcase of the year of the deliverable. So he attended 2 webinars, 2 pre-conference sessions, and a breakout session, and wrote a combined effort with the support of them to compile all the information. That is free for download right now on the CFTA website. Matt Trickle with NC State University, he put together a housekeeping FTE facility management module survey. combine the questions, put it out there. What are the needs from you guys? Do you need a tool like this that could calculate your FFTEs for housekeeping calculations? He took your results and he packaged it up and wrote a report, and it's beautiful, and it's been downloaded many times, and I welcome you to find that as well and download it. The last one was a digital signage survey report put together by me. The University of Kentucky is embarking on a campus-wide coordinated digital signage effort. We do have our partner here, RMG Corbett Solutions, and so we wanted to find out what people were doing. What are you looking at? Where are you going with this? So we put out a survey, combined the report, and I used that report to present to the EVPFA to back my direction and where I wanted to take that project. So these are really good outputs this year. Anyone here who has ideas that you want to have a survey and you want to compile it for CFTA and get information and combine that in a report to make a voice in your organization, that's what we're here to do. So please don't hesitate to reach out to take that initiative. Check. Okay, old business. We did release a strategic plan this year. It took 1.5 years. It is downloadable on the CFTA website. I welcome you to download it. We're going to go a little bit more in depth with that in our new business section. I will read, though, the mission, vision, and core values because these are new. These are changed, and you probably want to know what they are. So I'm going to sit up here and read them to you. The mission is connecting professionals to share ideas and information that improve the management of campus facilities. The vision, be the professional organization recognized as the community authority on the application of technology in the campus FM enterprises. Our core values, we have 3 core values to guide our plans, decisions, and actions. 1, sharing and collaboration. By passionately sharing information and working together, we challenge each other to improve and achieve the highest level of professional excellence. Connectivity. Invest in relationships that effectively lead to innovating solution designs and strategies to meet the changing frontiers of campus FM technologies. And lastly, but very important, is respect. Show respect for campuses of all sizes, respect for different solution strategies, and respect for business partners. Do you feel these here this week? Yes. This is CFTA, and it feels good. We brought on a website administrator, Lanzi Burgoon. She is managing the content management system. Steve Siwak took CFTA on the road. We had an exhibitor booth for the first time. We were invited to attend the Critical Facility Summit, and we are very proud for the relationships and the strategic partnerships that we're growing. We also released a sponsorship guide. This is hard work, guys. Last year, I was told by the partners that we would love to have sponsorship offerings, but CFTA didn't have them. We didn't have little fans out there that you could buy, and we didn't have the registration booth that you could sponsor. And so we worked very hard. We audited other conference offerings, and we put together our own package, and that is the return of investment that we're seeing here today. So all these things matter. Our outreach and marketing outreach coordinator, Tiffany Cochran, she put together the beautiful published sponsorship guide. Now, I will tell you, in that guide are testimonials. Testimonials are really important. I can't emphasize how important they are to receive those, to package them up, and to put them in publications, put them in our websites, motivate people, let them see what CFTA is all about through your vision. So when you fill out the survey, the conference survey that you can access in Guidebook, you can find the website, we'll probably send you an email about it. At the last page, it says, if you want to submit a testimonial, we will take it. And we will put it into a published future publication. So if you feel so inclined and you are passionate about it, please send an email. It's to conference@cfta.org and just craft it. 1 sentence is fine, and we would really appreciate your support with that. And that's giving. You might not want to serve on the board, you might want to write a white paper, but by sending us a testimonial, you are giving back to the association. We did release a sustaining sharing technologies and resources partnership program, STAR, kind of catchy, but that's what we're all about, is sharing. So our STAR partner jumped on board, Plan On, and we could not have been a success this year without this above and beyond support. We take these relationships seriously. Over the next year, we're going to align with 1 to 3 strategic partnerships to grow educational offerings and to see where we can combine the value of what we have and our combined knowledge and get that out to you in more strategic initiatives. I do want to recognize Ms. Ann Hollins. She is now serving as the CFTA Association Management Director. Ann, please stand up and acknowledge. I am so thrilled to have you on board. Thank you. On Monday, the CFTA leadership held a board meeting. It was an 8-hour day, maybe 9. We talked about a lot of stuff, and it was extremely inspiring. One of the items on the table was to vote on an immediate past president resolution. This is new for CFTA. We are focusing on developing a sustainable association, and that begins with the leadership. And so by approving this resolution, I will be moving into an immediate past president role to support mentoring of the incoming president and also the association management services. Okay, the 5-year strategic plan. These are our 4 strategic perspectives. How to ensure association continuity. The need to increase value through services and strategic partnerships. We also need to increase our financial reserve to do this and support strategic objectives. And how are we going to enable the community resource sharing? So these are our 4 perspectives. So with how to ensure association continuity, we're going to improve CFTA's management operation structure to ensure the association continuity and position it for strategic growth. We're going to do that by building a catalog of critical CFTA operations and documents. We're going to implement critical changes to the organizational structure that will promote the continuous business operations. We're going to invest in best practices like increasing our director seats, implementing 2 to 4 standing committees that will serve to analyze issues and monitor performance. We're going to hire an executive director. And we're going to maintain an organizationally strong association by reporting. These reports that we're putting out to you, I'm seeing head nods. You guys get it. You like it. You are the membership. We're going to continue to push those reports out to you and maintain that transparency. Perspective 2, need to increase value through services and strategic partnerships. We're going to develop and implement a business model to expand CFTA resources and services that best align with the association member needs. We're going to develop a needs assessment plan. We're going to survey the CFTA community. We're going to partner with 1 to 3 affiliated organizations. We're going to determine mutually beneficial avenues for collaboration and introduce new service offerings. But we need income for this, and we need financial wealth for this. So we need to increase our financial reserve and to support these strategic objectives. So we're going to develop new funding strategies and secure partners to increase our annual income. We're going to develop a financial planning strategy and revenue streams and identify what the benefits are to the investors. We're going to partner with key business partners in the Sharing Technologies and Resources Partner Program. And we're going to develop a new financial business model. And lastly, how are we going to enable the community resource sharing? We're going to develop and launch new CFTA shared resources system. We've all talked about it. We know about it. We want to have ways to share information, a portal or a repository. What does that look like? Well, we don't know. So we need to identify potential systems. We need to find out what those platforms and how they're going to integrate with the existing content management system. We're going to develop a budget. Just because something's great and out there, can we afford it? And can we afford it for 200 members? What about 300 members? What about 500 members? There's a cost to this. And we're going to launch a pilot system and develop the guidelines for use. What can go in it? What's the ethical use of these documents that you're uploading? We're going to implement strategic marketing campaigns to let people know that it's there. It's only good if people know about it. And then develop reports and metrics on how your contributions are benefiting the greater good. You guys ready to know where we're going next year? Yeah? So our local host is here. Assad, why don't you stand up? Come on over here. Yeah.
Thank you, Michelle. And just want to say that we're very excited to have you all coming to Utah next year. Michelle told me to be brief, so I'll tell you two things that we're very proud of. One is we're very proud of our sustainability efforts, and you'll have the opportunity to see that at our campus next year. We have a goal of being carbon neutral by 2050. We signed that university agreement a few years ago. And we have a campus that is completely supported by solar power. And we're also very, very proud of our community. We are a very diverse community. Ogden was actually the first settlement in Utah, regardless of other claims to that. And it was for a long time a railroad hub in northern Utah. So we have people from everywhere. And it's a great place to be, and is actually a few years ago was selected in the Forbes magazine as the 6th best place to raise a family in the United States. So we hope to see you all there, and thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And one of your tours is going to be your drone test pilot, right? Like, show us what you're doing now. Yeah. Okay. So we'll go into some announcements. Now, I know we have some great potential leaders sitting out there right now. And I also know that some of you might know of potential leaders that you want to nominate and that you know will be great to help with our strategic initiatives and to take this association forward. So we are going to be welcoming those nominations for 2 board of director seats this year. Our board of directors are terms. They are 3-year terms. The officers are not. So we have the treasurer, Monty, the secretary, Liz, and the president, and we are not termed. However, these 2 fine people next to me have been doing a great job as an officer position, and they're not stepping down this year like I am. But I don't know if they want to stay up here forever. So if you're interested, we can begin that mentorship now. We can begin that onboarding now. We can roll you into a leadership position. So please think about that. These are opportunities to have a voice and to gain recognition by your administration as being an officer for the organization. And we welcome your interest. We do have 1 director stepping down this year. That is Miss Susan Sarawine. We have a plaque for her. She is not here to accept it, so she will be receiving this. But please do join me in acknowledging Susan's service to CFTA. Okay, we have the Board of Director election results. And so please do join me in welcoming our new director to CFTA, Mr. Julius Paulo. Come on up and grab your seat. Okay. And now we'll be going into a president transition. Do I stand up?
Yeah, stay right here.
This makes me very uncomfortable, by the way.
Come on over here. So I have the honor of awarding the award to Michelle for her term as president. She came on in 2015, and I think everybody in here can attest to, if you know Michelle, to what she's done for this organization. It's truly been remarkable, and I'm honored to have served under you. Thank you so much, and I'm glad you're not going away. Looking forward to new leadership too. So what we have for you is this award here. This is Michelle Ellington, President, 2015 to 2019, Campus FM Technology Association, in recognition of her leadership and service. So I award this to you on behalf of the board. All right, hold that thought. There's one more here. Oh. Okay, so I asked the board if they could submit to me 5 words that they thought summed up Michelle and her presidency. And here are the results. And as you look through those, I'm gonna hop down, and we have another award for Michelle. I feel like this award here was for the business aspect of what Michelle has done for the organization, but we have another award for you that the board put together for you. Hard to pull a secret off on Michelle.
Oh my gosh.
You've been assigned this mountain to show others it can be moved. And we thought this really spoke volumes to what you've done for all of us and to this organization. I'm so proud to present this to you. And it's also fitting because it's very outdoorsy, which is all about Michelle. So this is for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You want to say a few words?
I don't know if I can talk anymore. You guys have made me speechless. You know, people often ask me, like, I guess why? You know, why did I work so much and why did I do all this stuff? And you know, there's an analogy with this stuff. There's some people that run to the fire, and there's some people that run away from the fire. And I know that a lot of people that I work with, everyone up here, I know for sure, and a lot of you down there, you're the people that run to the fire. You want to help, you want to preserve, and you want to make it better. And so to me, there was just so much light and promise in this organization that I just had to help. That was it. But I'm very excited to see the new leadership come in and what this new person, this new president will do with her own spice and her own flavor to take it forward. And she is not me, nor should she be me, and nor do we want her to be me. Everyone who comes up here to CFTA in a leadership should be their own voice and leave their imprint on the organization. So it is my honor to welcome Ms. Sue Stewart up to the stage.
All right, folks, as with everything, we have to make everything official. So, Board of Directors, I make the motion that we induct Ms. Sue Stewart as our next CFTA president. All those in favor? Do I have a second? Thank you, Ray. Appreciate that. Ray is the man, I'm telling you. Do I have a second? Yes, Ray? All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? So carried. Ms. Sue Stewart, congratulations as our next CFTA president.
So as I got ready for this, oh wow, this is real sensitive. I am really, this has been a great journey. We started planning this conference, excuse me, a little emotional. Don't tell anyone I did this. We had planned to host this conference, and I got a call from Michelle one Friday afternoon, and we talked about 30 minutes, and she said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, on this leadership growth, I'm doing this program at work." And she said, "Well, it's funny that that's why I'm calling you." And she's been for years telling me, "Well, you should get involved in CFTA leadership. I need people like you." And I thought, well, maybe this is a year. She said, "Well, I'm stepping down. What do you think about maybe putting your hat in the ring for president?" And I was completely floored and blown away and fearful. and touched and honored because Michelle has been a very visionary leader, and she has taken this organization and built it to what it is today. And for that, I am truly grateful. So I'm not going to get up here and boo-hoo anymore, too much longer. I just want to share something with you. Recently, I was at APA a couple weeks ago, and we heard David Mead speak on the circle of why. And what he said was that organizations that start with the why are authentic and sincere. And so I got thinking, what is the why? I see lots of members who have been here before. I see new faces. So that means that CFTA is bringing people back and recruiting new members. And so, I thought, what is the why? And so for me, I took some of the strategic planning language and said, CFTA inspires and empowers its members through shared experiences, collaboration, and respect. But what I'd like to hear is I'd like to hear your why. Why do you come back to CFTA every year? And why are you here today? And what is going to keep you coming back next year so we can make sure that our memberships continue to grow and this organization continues to add value. Thank you. Leadership. Did I turn it off? Leadership, will you please rise? Oh, wait. Are we supposed to be doing something else? Okay. What? Oh. Okay, I'm going to turn this over to someone else. As you can tell, I'm still deer in the headlights here.
Okay, to keep the business official also. Board of Directors, I make a motion that the Board of Directors confirms and supports Michelle Ellington in the CFTA officer position of past president. Do I have a second? I second the motion. All in favor? Aye. Vote passes unanimously. Thank you very much. Welcome, Michelle.
I get to come back up. There you go. Okay. Now you do yours.
Now I do my thing. So, would the board and the officers please rise? I'd like to welcome everyone. I'd like to introduce members, your leadership for CFTA 2020.